What's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a debut on the channel Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and the song is called World Spirit Map. And I'm assuming this is composed by, yes, Rick Schaffer. Okay, well, don't know anything about it, and that's the best way because I know nothing. Fun fact, I was confusing this game for another one, which I don't remember what it was, but I thought that other one was like related to Castlevania, and I confused myself, so ignore everything I just said, so it doesn't matter. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, requested by the BRM over on Patreon. World Spirit Map, let's go. Oh, I felt like vocals are about to start right there. It's very open for vocals. Ooh. We got a real electric bass. Artificial percussion though. Guitar. It started kind of creepy, now it's like mellow. It's weird because we have real instruments and non-real instruments. Excuse me. Interesting vibe we got going here. Love the bass tone. Traditional kind of old school hip hop beat too. Possible slide guitar? Yeah. Can't tell, but maybe. That's where they take like a bottle and slide it on the strings. Or like a glass ring. Or steel. Okay, we went up. Now it's very light. It's crazy how much like chord changes can make a big difference like that. Dun, dun. I mean, it's chill as hell. I love instrumental beats, so. Well, that sounds cool. A little of a lead lot of distortion on that, a lot of gain. Now it's light again. It like borders on like creepy, but it doesn't let itself get too creepy. Oh, percussion's dropping out. Just bass and guitar. Whoa, that was First of all, I have no idea how that relates to a song title. World Spirit Map. Who knows? I don't even know what kind of game this is. Right? I know nothing of this game. I will say though, I saw the title, right? Vampire, the Masquerade, Bloodlines, and then I saw this like logo, and I kind of put a sound in my head. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It just happens organically. And I did think that it would sound similar-ish to that. I wasn't expecting the kind of hip-hop beat, but I was expecting kind of a druid sort of creepy ambience sound. When I think vampires, I think that. So, but it still took me in a lot of directions that I didn't think it was gonna go. So a couple things were very consistent throughout the entire song. Two things: the rhythm section, the bass. The bass was a real bass. Can't tell if that was, could have been fingerstyle, but you know, it was just this kind of funky boom, da-dun, da-dun, you know, a little persona-ish for some of the people out there. But and it had a little bit of gain on it. It was a little crunchy, a little grit on it, and it sounded cool. It was just kind of carrying the drum beat a little bit. And the other thing was consistent was the percussion, the little traditional kind of like hip hop boom bap, boom bap, boom boom bap, that kind of thing. But obviously this was a like artificial sounding percussion with that big hi-hat release at the end. So it sounds kind of distorted as well. The whole thing sounds like it's kind of like through a TV or like some radio. Just sounds like there's like interference kind of in a way. Like you're hearing it from a different source, if that makes any sense. But the whole thing was kind of pushing this sort of creepy yet very light ambiance. For example, the bass and the drums were more on the kind of dark and mysterious side, let's say. But then whenever the acoustic guitar came in, which was on the right side, it was very light, kind of folk. And it sounded almost like a saloon in some places, you know, just kind of very tranquil, but chill, I guess. So that was kind of like the whole time I was trying to put a feeling to it, but I couldn't. I just was feeling these separate emotions, but nothing like together. There was a lot of uses of kind of distant noises as well, like when the electric guitars came in. I believe they use like a lot of slidey stuff, so you hear like sounds a little bit like bird calls, you know, just kind of random high notes every now and then, just differently placed. I don't know if it was a slide guitar. There's a couple of, when I say slide guitar, it could mean a couple of things without getting super technical. There's an actual like slide guitar, which is like a lap steel. It's like a flat horizontal guitar that you play on your lap, and someone's just kind of like sliding along. Or there's regular electric guitars that people play with like a glass bottle or they put this thing on their finger and then it has that sort of type of sound. And the other thing that I kept thinking, I don't know if I was just using my imagination too much, but when I think vampires, the first thing that comes to mind is blood. And there's one thing in the song that kept reminding me of blood and flowingness, and that was that kind of wah sound. So every now and then, pretty often you would hear like a wah 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 wah, you know, which I assume is a wah pedal, but it just could be that effect on like a random keyboard note. But anyways, the effect of like that wah wah wah, to me, I don't know, like it sounded like it was trying to emulate the sound of blood flowing. You know, I get really crafty with my imagination, and I kept thinking, I'm like, well, you know, when I think wah, I think of like that, and what other thing goes like that than blood. So, you know, like I'm saying, like I thought so many different things, but overall, like I really enjoy stuff like this kind of open instrumental. I love instrumental beats. I don't really talk about them too often because I never really get them on the channel. You know, I would say kind of like hip hop beat type stuff is probably the rarest thing on this channel. I get, you know, metal, rock, orchestral, different things, but there's not a lot of beats per se. It's probably my least, I'm positive it's my least used thing. Persona comes close, but Persona also uses a lot of funk and fusion and just a lot of hybrid stuff. But I'm talking just like straight, like a chill beat, like a lo-fi type of thing. And I personally love this stuff to work, you know, while it's in the background. But also, this sounded to me a lot like vocals were missing. You know, the way the intro led up to it, and then once the little like drop happened, it sounded like it was just ready for vocals. So I don't know if there's a vocal version of the song and an instrumental version. That totally could happen, depending on where in the game it's played. But I was expecting like vocals there, which is weird, but at the same time, it's just the way the song was like kind of leaning towards. Anyways, very unique. And let me know more about it. I don't think I have any other requests for this game, so it might be a little fly on the wall. I've never heard anyone talk about it. I don't know anything. But apparently, it's the World Spirit Map from Rick Schaffer. This is their YouTube channel, or their I guess like their artist YouTube channel. It's got 200,000 views, so I mean, someone's played it. But yeah, let me know more about Vampire the Masquerade. I like Masquerade has that little symbol as the Q. It's cool. Bloodlines, what it's about, how's the rest of the soundtrack, and yeah. Actually, one more thing before I go, because I've mentioned this before. I forgot in what video. But you know what's funny is, for those that remember old school wrestling in like the 2000s, there was a character named Gangrel from the like, I forgot, the Brood. The Brood. It was like Edge, Christian, and Gangrel, and they were like all vampires basically, and they looked creepy as hell. I remember being a kid and seeing like the fangs, and I was like, whoa. But Gangrel's theme, The Brood, if you listen to that song and then hear this one, you'll hear like the same exact percussion and sort of the same kind of creepy. That one's more aggressive and very like, you know, nightclub vampire type of thing, but the use of like that kind of distorted artificial percussion was very much there. A way not chill, but if you like that, maybe you can check that one out. And yeah. So thank you, the BRM, for that request, and let me know more about this game. Thanks to you for watching. Thanks to everyone that you see on screen. I cannot be here without them. Thanks to Rick Schaffer, and I will see you dudes and dudettes later. That was a great song. Peace.